What should you do if you want to go to France to travel without money? It's very simple to know Photoshop. The first is to set up a green screen, the lightest makeup, and turn on lights. Then start stitching photos with a background in France. So you're in Paris without leaving home. If you're bored, you will drink tea. Then put bread and coffee, exchange tablecloths and tables. It seems like a more luxurious. She just posted photo. Her friends and family considered that Danny was on vacation in Paris. In fact, she didn't even come out. He woke up the next morning. The number of blog followers skyrocketed. Because Paris was attacked by a terrorist, at least 50 people died recently. The murderer escaped with only an unidentified figure. And the picture that she posted is the right location of the explosion. Actually, fans are concerned about her safety. Parents also called and made Danny confused. If it's true that the photo posted is a fake, then she will be cursed. Danny received a message in dilemma. He is Colin, whom she still like. He texted that he hoping her to be fine. She is so happy, because normally Colin wouldn't even look at her. So she decided to post a status. I'm fine, thank you everyone for your concern. Since she has decided to turn the lie into the truth, Danny arrived at the airport pretending to just get off. There was a flight from Paris, and reporters stood on both sides. Danny joined the crowd with her head down and stroking her hair, pretending to be scared. Her parents saw their daughter hugging and crying. Danny returned home safely and was treated like a princess. The photo at the airport made her gain many fans. Colin gave her a present. Even the boss, who was going to fire her, now praises her. Danny, who used to be an ignored person, and is currently getting so much attention. She came up with an idea and created her own story. However, she wasn't in that explosion. She couldn't write this story by being honest. Then she suddenly thought that there is a group to support the lucky survivors. There are many people who have experienced different disasters. People with psychological trauma. Danny thought she would find inspiration there. Danny saw Rowan and found a way to make friend with her. As she came home, she searched information, and knew that Rowan was a celebrity, and was a survivor of a school shooting. And she was also anti-gun activist. She often gave lectures around the country with 520,000 fans. She realized the time has come and made an appointment with Rowan. Rowan thought that Danny was still scared from the terrorist incident, and take her to relieve, also give her the secret to writing. Actually, her every word was so sharp. Danny rushed home, and put that sentence in the post. And adding a hashtag, "I'm not okay." This is the key point that people care about. Only that, the article became famous. "I'm not okay" also pushed to the top one of the search item. After that, her friends celebrated party for Danny. She currently likes a queen. Danny is going to the top of her life. But the nightmare also began one night. She dreamed that she actually went to Paris. She backed off and saw the terrorists staring at her. Danny didn't know if it was an illusion or reality, or in other words, her retribution was coming. The famous of her still hasn't decreased. Not only was she interviewed, her boss also gave her a private office. A colleague came to find Danny. She was originally Danny's rival, but now she is a secretary. Although she inwardly annoyed, after Danny's colleague saw that the computer was still on, she detected a few things. Danny received an invitation from Rowan to protest against gun use in a square. Not only Rowan's supporters, there are also Danny's fans. But the speech didn't go well. Looking at those sincere eyes, Danny felt embarrassed and stuttered. But there was also an accident that made the lecture even worse. They threw firecrackers on the stage, causing chaos. The sound of firecrackers made Rowan, who was attacked. The lecture had to be stopped. Rowan was taken to the hospital. However, netizens are talking about anti-gun person. And was weak. Someone said she was a liar. When she read these comments, she wanted to cry. Rowan was on the hospital bed, and showed her weak side for the first time. She told Danny while crying, she really admires how strong storks can be. Danny looked in the glass, and imagines the Paris bomber reappearing. But when she turned around, that person turned into a doctor. Danny hastily escaped from the hospital. There is a doorbell. It's a colleague who took out Danny's phone. Inside is proof she photoshopped. Her colleague exposes her lie, and gave her two choices. One is that she will expose Danny, the other is that Danny will have to say it herself. For Danny, both ways cause her crisis. Danny makes the final decision, and revealed a celebrity's lie. Became the target of the entire network. People criticized the behavior of the stork, calling him the scum of the country. Netizens revealed her address, so the killer comes to deal with her. Her old friend went to the company's office to curse. She was also fired by her boss. was depressed and wanted to go back to her parents. She didn't hesitate to delete all accounts. Several months later, Danny has become a regular guest of the Internet Violence Mutual Aid Association. Seemingly, she has to become a victim to understand what pain is. She recalled when she wrote that apology letter to Rowan, but she typed and deleted it. A month went past. The guilt hasn't gone away, but she wanted to go to Rowan's heart, and said sorry. Danny went to Rowan's speech. An apology was written on the phone. But when she heard Rowan's speech, she realized it was already too late. Maybe one day, I will forgive her. But we'll never be friends again. And Danny in the chair finally understood what the lesson was. Hypocrites will not be forgiven. Only by relying on yourself can you save yourself. The movie ended here.